Hi, it's Tom from West Bowden Lodge. Today we're going to go Minibeasts hunting. That means we're going to go look for creepy crawlies and things that are hiding out in the woods. They might be hiding anywhere where they think they're not going to get eaten, so you might be able to find some Minibeasts in your garden or yard as well. If you want to go finding them, you'll need somewhere to catch things. I've got a bug pot, but you can use a jar or a cup, anything where something's likely to get in and not be able to get out. So, we'll have a look underneath this log to get started. Under the log, we've got all sorts of creatures hiding here. The trick is to look for anything that's moving. So down here, I can see something red disappearing into the soil. And just here is something with some legs. So, if we want to catch something, you need to gently get them inside the pot. It's best not to pick things up with your thumb and finger because you can easily squash them. So I'm going to use a little stick to carefully nudge it into the pot. There we go. Today we're going to look at things with lots of legs. If you're a bit squeamish, then maybe come back next week for things with no legs. So here is our first many-legged mini-beast. It's a millipede. Millipedes literally means 1,000 feet. You can see here that although it has got lots of legs, it's got nowhere near 1,000. In fact, most common millipedes have somewhere between 40 to 400 legs. You can see here that the body is made up of lots of sections or segments, and each one has got 2 legs coming from either side. That's how we know that this is a millipede. Each segment has got 2 pairs of legs. Now, millipedes are some of the very important animals known as detritivores. Now, they eat things like dead leaves, sticks, and even whole tree trunks that are lying on a woodland floor. They gradually help turn these things into soil, which keeps woodlands and other environments healthy and constantly renewing. Without them, the world would be covered with old fallen leaves and trees. So they spend most of their time hidden, underneath logs, beneath bark, or in the leaf litter that's all over the floor. It's normally quite dark there, so they use their antennae, that's the feelers at the top of their head, to feel their way around in the darkness. The bonus of being hidden like this is that they're less likely to be eaten by predators such as birds or hedgehogs. But they do have another defense too. If they get scared, they'll curl up into a ball, much like a hedgehog if it gets attacked. You can see that their backs are made of a sort of hard defensive armour, whereas their underneath and their legs are much softer and more vulnerable. So by rolling into a ball, they protect their vulnerable parts and reduce the chance of being injured. Moving on, we've got another many-legged creature here. If you look carefully, you can see that this one has only 1 pair of legs per body segment. So this isn't a millipede, it is in fact a centipede. Centipede means 100 feet, but again, the actual number varies greatly. They always have an odd number of pairs of legs though. It looks like this one should have 15 pairs of legs. In fact, it's lost a couple of legs on its left side, but with so many legs, losing a few doesn't seem to affect its movement at all. Although they look quite similar, centipedes are actually very different to millipedes. Rather than spending their days eating dead leaves and logs, they're predators. This means that they catch, kill, and eat other animals, normally very small insects. Here we've got another centipede. This one is a different type or a species to the last one, but it's still a centipede with 1 pair of legs per body segment. It has many legs and is much longer and thinner. Controlling all those legs might seem tricky, but every leg is just a tiny bit longer than the one in front, so they aren't likely to trip up. That's important when they're out hunting at night. Many centipedes are able to inject a type of poison or venom using their 2 front legs. This helps to kill their prey so they can eat their food, but on something this small it won't affect people. The back legs are specially adapted too. They're longer than all the others and can be used in a similar way to their antennae at the front of their bodies for feeling around them. This means that centipedes can move backwards pretty much as easily as they can move forwards. Finally, we've got a few spiders to look at. Spiders always have 8 legs and 2 body parts. They also have 6 to 8 eyes, so they can see around them, but they can only see things that are close to them. Spiders are remarkable because they can spin webs. They're able to produce an amazing silk that's incredibly strong and lightweight. They use this to make different types of traps to catch their prey. Without spiders, there would be far more flies in our houses, but spiders help by catching flies in their webs. They wait patiently in the middle of their web, and when they feel any vibrations, they know that something's hit it. They rush over and wrap the fly in silk and inject a venom which kills it and sometimes turns the body to mush so it can be consumed by the spider. There are over 600 different types of spider in the UK. Many of them are beautifully colourful and patterned. This one is a garden spider, which makes the traditional spiral webs. The babies of this species are just starting to hatch now that more flies are also hatching, giving them plenty of food to help them to grow. You might find them sheltering in cracks and crevices away from birds, which would eat them as a tasty snack. So I hope you've enjoyed Minibeasts hunting with me today. If you have, then come back next week. We'll be looking for some more animals, some more Minibeasts, and hopefully you'll learn lots more then. Until then, have fun and look after yourselves.